Welcome, guys, back to ILWPOD. We are here with the weekly Monday Night Raw review. I know last week we missed, had things pop up, but we are back, and all of us are here.
Yeah, we
Nate's
got everybody.
Dad's
got
here,
Nasty
Pops
with
is
us.
here. We're all here, the whole shebang. What'd you guys think about the Elimination Chamber before we start talking about Raw?
John Cena. Oh my God. That was crazy. I was watching it at home. I was sick this week. I was in bed watching it, but it was wild. It got me up. Even with the fever, I was up on my feet screaming like, oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like it was pretty good. Definitely my favorite match was the unsanctioned match with
You didn't even watch that. Why
I watched the highlights.
You on here lying,
I watched
bro.
the
No
highlights.
lying, Nate. This is where you're
Okay.
done. I gave you one
I
shot.
watched
to
the
prove it.
highlights. I have the phone. I
Okay.
watched the highlights.
You ain't never get on here and lie.
So, what was your favorite part about the unsanctioned match?
With the barbed wire.
Oh my God.
What did he do with the barbed wire
He
championship?
hit him. He
No, he
did the blue thunder bomb through.
When you're done, they showed that on Raw.
Oh,
They literally showed that clip on
Okay,
Raw.
let's get back
Well,
to
we'll get
tonight.
back to
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna get
Uh,
back on topic here.
I mean, we are on topic,
Ah,
but that's in the show. They show it.
he never called you out.
I had to. Also, we went to AAW last week.
That was amazing. It was
Great
good.
show. It was
Great
long.
show. Great show.
Their
Long show, but a good
21st
show.
anniversary of
And-
AAW. Shout out to them, making it 21 years.
Yeah, it was a great show.
We got to see Trevor Lee, formerly known as Cameron Grimes. in
That was a
WWE.
great match, by the way.
Yeah,
Great
Cameron
match.
Grimes.
Yes.
Trevor Lee versus Ren Jones for the AAW World Title. Phenomenal match. Robert Ego Anthony versus Joe Alonzo for the Heritage Belt. That was really good.
Quintero.
Quintero
Quintero.
versus
That
Ace
Mexican
Perry
death match.
Mexican
Man,
death
that
match.
was
If
amazing.
you missed it, go to ILWPod's Instagram. I went live for the whole thing. So the full match is up on ILW's Pod's
Hell of a
Instagram.
match.
Hell of a match.
they battled through the crowd and everything. That was nice.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
really
cool.
nice. Really nice.
The tax.
What was your favorite match on AAW?
The Mexican death match for sure, definitely.
I don't know. The Cameron Grimes was really good, but I would have to say the Quintero too.
Okay.
Quintero.
Just big.
I'm gonna say the crowd was probably hottest for the tag match.
Yeah. The tag match.
The four-way
Yeah.
tag match.
Arr, arr.
Um,
yeah, that was pretty good.
So excited to see what comes next. But let's get to Monday Night Raw. We start off with the people come to the show. Who showed up, Nate?
Rhea, Damage Control, Punk, Bianca. Punk walked out there angrily, calling out The Rock, John.
Look, he
Seth.
came out and gave a State of the Union.
was
He said
Oh.
it was one of the best CM Punk promos I've seen since he's been back. It was amazing. He called out everyone, went for The Rock first, said he had a fake belt, which was kind of funny. And then he goes in on John Cena and says everything he's known about Cena,
wrong.
it has now been proven true.
Proven, yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like he sees through all Cena's bullshit. It was his exact words.
Mhm.
BS, my bad. I'm sorry. And then he calls out little bro Seth Rollins. And you don't hear the music hit until he talks about the man. And he says something about Seth's wife, and Seth won't have that. And all hell breaks loose.
They fight up the stage, down back to the ring, all around the ring, over the announce table, through the crowd. All meanwhile, one of our guests of the podcast was trying to pull them apart. Hayden Backlund, shout out to
we
him.
shout out to Hayden. We seen Hayden Backlund on there. It was pretty awesome seeing him out there
It's
right
always
there
nice to
holding
see
Punk
somebody
back.
on the
Yeah, it
podcast
was
that
good.
shows up on the show, whether it's for extra work, security work, or the matchup,
Yeah.
whatever it is. It's always cool to see somebody from
So
ILW Pod on that.
shout out to Hayden. And we're gonna be with them guys coming up at the Squared Circle Expo, right?
Has not been announced yet, but
Oh, oops. My bad.
he just got fired. While we're at it,
My bad.
more dissension was put in the Judgment Day, as there's dissension live here on ILW Pod. You tell us about Judgment Day. I'm lost for words,
I'm sorry. I know.
Just lost.
It's announced now.
Continue.
Well, the Judgment Day, they're still edit, and they're wanting to talk about the new member. You know, Dom wants the new member in. He wants a new member. Finn says, "Look, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to call Braun Breaker."
Mm-hmm.
And so later in the program, we'll get a little more to that. At that point, what do you got going next on that?
You know, Liv. Something I wanted to point out was Liv beat up from the Elimination Chamber. She has the whelps and stuff.
Look, that women's chamber match. I know we're here to talk about Raw.
I mean, but
that
we
was an
gotta cover the chamber
amazing
and cover Raw.
women's chamber match with Jade coming back, Cargill coming back, and getting Naomi. Everybody thought she was going for Liv, and then out of the blue, it was Naomi. I knew Naomi, though. I knew she was going to get Naomi.
You know?
Well, your Uncle Scotty told us that also. He said Cena was going to turn heel. He called that, and he called this. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Up next, we got Otis versus Gunther. Last week, while we missed, Gunther took out Akira Tozawa. This is the follow-up of that, Otis versus Gunther, which surprisingly might have honestly been my favorite match of the show.
Look, this was a great hard-hitting match, and Gunther come out talking trash and then catches him with the cheap shot out of nowhere. I loved it. It was so heelish. And,
Otis standing up to him, that was great.
Yeah, and Otis, you know, a big boy.
Highlighted Otis's strengths.
Yes, it really did. Really did. There was a killer follow-away slam on the floor.
Yep.
Otis delivered.
The chops back and forth. Big men slapping meat.
Yeah, big. What was it? What
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Okay.
Gunther did win with a power bomb.
It was insane.
Insane power bomb. Looked like he had some problems getting Big Otis up.
Yep. Was you expecting Otis to lay down for Gunther?
No. Then Gunther went on to demolish Otis and Tozawa after the match.
Tozawa, yeah.
Tozawa. And he went to powerbomb Otis on top of Tozawa. And at that point, yeet. Here comes Jey Uso. And got the best of Gunther. And then out of nowhere, A-Town down. And I didn't really like that. I didn't think it.
Did you understand why it happened?
Yes.
Okay.
But I just Gunther comes back in, puts a sleeper hold on Jay, puts him to sleep.
I think Gunther getting the better hand of Jey Uso in the build makes sense if they're going to pull the trigger at Mania.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, tear him down as much as possible so the win's better than
to make it an uphill battle.
Exactly. And I think Theory defeating Waller next week, and then Jey Uso defeating Waller next week, and then I'm sure he'll go on to face Theory and beat Theory, which is add to the win column as Gunther is against Tozawa and
we got somebody on there talking.
Otis.
Yeah.
Up next, we had AJ Styles doing a little interview. They asked him about how he felt about Cena and The Rock and Cody. He said, wasn't expecting it. Wow, was his words before Karrion Kross comes and plants some seeds in the back of AJ Styles' head for him to call out Logan Paul. Did you see that come, AJ and Logan?
No, I was thinking it was going to be more along the lines of Punk and Paul, and it still could be. I mean, we don't know. What you said something about Karrion Kross that kind of stuck with me though. He's kind of doing the James
Mitchell, devil's advocate type player.
Yeah, I like it too. I really like that the devil's advocate type devil in your ear thing, and I liked AJ's little comment about how you're
not going to be the devil on my shoulder.
Right.
And pretty much alluded to his faith being why that's not going to work.
Right.
Which is cool. Bringing in, it ties in real life to this fictional world that we love.
I like it.
Up next, we had Ivy Nile facing the Intercontinental Champion for the women, Lyra Valkyria. Great title defense. I really
when this title first come around in the U.S. one too, I kind of didn't know how well they would play out, but this made it feel like a big deal tonight.
Yes.
Like this title match made it feel like it was a big deal. I thought Ivy was going to win.
I was
So,
surprised that she
I
did
was
not pick up the
shocked,
win. I
yeah.
also like really enjoyed just the chemistry they have. I
Yeah.
feel like Lyra versus Dakota was good, but their chemistry sometimes didn't
Some of
mix
the
right.
dragon leg screws was
The way
amazing.
Ivy can work the leg is great.
Yes, it was really great, really great. I just thought she was going to win. So I was shocked. It was a good thing. You know, anytime they can surprise you,
You
it's
know, you said something later on when we was watching this that it's a championship night. One title's got to win. Our bets were on this match.
yes.
Or the next match we'll talk about, but we'll get to that.
But
title
it wasn't
change.
to the title change.
It was kind of crazy. We plot twist, wasn't expecting it. Lyra did get the win though, which I mean came out of kind of nowhere.
It was great though. It was a great win. I'm glad it made the women's IC title important. Anytime they can do that with one of these secondary titles is great.
Right after that, we get another Punk Rollins backstage. Did you think we'd see Punk and Rollins back at it?
Actually, not really. I thought it was like done for the night, but then we got that thing where he was telling Seth about the steel cage match, that I'm really excited for.
Steel cage next week
In Madison Square Garden, the salad steel cage.
Salad, yeah.
The salad steel cage.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good match.
Are you gonna be here to watch that with us next week?
I actually probably will, yeah.
Okay. Next we get a little bit Kaiser promo. Kaiser, I think, is at the peak of his heelness right now. Peak level bad guy for Kaiser, just pissing everybody off. Got the win over Penta and Pete Dunne last week, and had some unkind words for Penta, which Penta obviously came out to solve, I guess.
Yeah. Right after this was nice. You know, Penta got the upper hand. It did what it was supposed to do. Ludwig talking about his big win last week. But then right after this, we get a Gable vignette. Right? The check.
Right after that. It's a little way.
Oh, okay. I thought it was next.
No.
I thought it was before the.
You have Kaiser, and then you have a Bianca promo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. We'll go back to that then. I'm sorry. My bad.
Next, we have a Bianca promo, which she doesn't really want to talk about Jade Cargill and Naomi.
Guilty.
Does feel guilty. I'm
feels
glad you
guilty
paid
about it.
attention.
She feels guilty, huh?
The main point of this promo, though, was to say she don't care who she faces, Rhea or Io. Like, it's just a matter of time. Shout out to Isaac in the comment section. We love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Penta is amazing.
Penta is the goat.
Do you guys think it's just going to be Bianca versus whoever wins the main event, or are we getting a triple threat?
Triple threat, definitely.
You think so?
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair for the championship.
Yeah, that's my
Io Sky,
I think so too.
I feel like Io Sky is definitely probably one of the better women superstars on the roster right now.
I agree.
She's probably
That over the moon moonsault is amazing.
It's beautiful.
She's probably more over than anybody, I feel like, right now. Maybe.
Not more over than Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
The
Rhea
camera
Ripley.
shook when they said Rhea Ripley's name at the end.
Yeah.
Cares about
Let's talk
Rhea.
about your Gable vignette.
Oh, okay. So look, Gable had the little vignette, and he's down. It looks like somewhat in Mexico, and he's searching out for a luchador. I'm assuming there's a lucha mask in the box, but that ain't what caught my attention. You know, we could see from this promo, it looks shot like a Lucha Underground type vignette, which you can see anyone. You can see Phoenix. You can see Vampiro.
Thanks, Isaac.
And then right after that, or a little while after that, we get the LWO vignette.
Yeah.
That also, to me, come off as a Lucha Underground type vignette.
Before we get there, you speculate that there's a mask or something in this box. Okay, but if you remember when we watched, let's go back to Lucha Underground, there was always an Aztec power.
Yeah, you're right.
What if
You're
the
right.
Aztec power is in this box.
And I wouldn't be surprised because right now, you got to think, we just got a John Cena heel turn. We got TNA working with WWE. We got a WWE Evolve show. Like, it's hard to tell.
And word on the street is, rumor and innuendo, WWE has bought the rights to Lucha.
Yeah,
Underground.
that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
So-
So could we be seeing some kind of Lucha Underground spinoff
If
on
that
the
happens,
WWE?
I need Vampiro in WWE.
Man, I think it'll be awesome.
just-
or a Matt Striker and
I
Vampiro
don't-
on the
look,
commentary booth.
I just need a Vampiro WWE Mattel figure. That's all I'm asking for. I need
guy.
a Vampiro.
Always talking about the toys.
Bro, he's right here. I don't know where he is.
Don't worry about it. Back to the live stream. We got people.
It's Isaac. I can read.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
He loves my room.
he loves it.
He's got the pimp roll.
Me and him have been
That's his
acknowledging
sister's
the whole
robe.
thing this whole time. It is his sister's rub. Up next, we get a little injury update. No, sorry. We're skipping ahead again
My
because
bad, my
Dad's
bad.
throwing us all off. War Raiders versus the Creeds. More meaty men slapping meat. And not just, I mean, these guys are huge. 250-pound plus. We get 450 splashes, moonsaults, shooting star presses.
Ivar took the fall off the top to the floor. That was crazy. He was drop kicked
Hell of a
off.
birthday present. A concussion?
Man, he landed on the back of his neck. It was crazy. This was another one. I thought for sure the Creed brothers
I really
was
did too. I
was
thought
going to
that-
walk away
Yeah.
champions. Like, I thought there was no way that both them
and Ivy Nile.
and Ivy now was going to lose. And they did.
I know Gable is going to come back from his, mystery box pissed off.
And then we get to the main event, and you say, well, I told you all the titles wouldn't change. No titles would change. They do it all the time.
And we're not there yet.
I
we
know,
can-
I know, I
we
won't,
can
but-
stop skipping. Up next, we get an injury update on Sami Zayn. He has spinal issues. Who knows what that could mean?
It could mean he might be out for WrestleMania.
It could mean that. yeah.
Sami Zayn might get a vacation at WrestleMania time.
I'd be PO'd if I was given my vacation time at WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of a deep roster, a real deep roster.
Yeah, but somebody like Sami Zayn, who's been main eventing this
And
roster
last year,
for years,
how I know.
I think
I agree.
He, if anybody earned a spot on this
I
WrestleMania
figure he'll
card,
be there.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be.
Even if it ends up being like Orton and KO and
But you
Zayn.
literally just said that he wasn't going to be there.
Well, what I'm
And
saying
the
is
guy
he
thinks-
might not be there. He might not be on the card, but he might come out and do something with the Orton KO thing.
Do you want to talk about the LWO promo?
That also felt like Lucha Underground. It was cut grimy out back. It somewhere made it look like it was Mexico, something like that. It was cut like a lucha outside the Aztec temple. And then they talk about the tornado tag next week in the garden. I think it's going to be amazing.
Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio versus the New Day. Who do y'all got?
I'm going to say New Day.
Rey Mysterio and
I think the New Day's got to pull it off.
New Day needs to win. And up next, we get something else Dad alluded to earlier. Finn Balor promo on Braun Breaker. This one kind of came out of nowhere. It looked like they cut back from their commercial advert or whatever. And Balor's already in the ring talking. Breaker's up there
Yeah.
looking like he got interrupted from a promo he was doing. So, like, we need Brawl without ads for sure.
Definitely without ads.
But Breaker.
Well, I said, man, he's going to go down there. And the next thing you know, he's on his way down there. And boy, did he put a whipping on him.
He
The
messed
sling
up all of
blade.
Judgment Day.
The sling blade Finn hit him with, though, was gruesome. And then after that, he messed them all up. And
the
Carlito.
spear.
Oh, my God. That wasn't cool. That was not
Definitely
cool.
was not cool.
What he did to Carlito was not cool. I'm a Carlito fan.
No, you-
Whew, he broke Carlito in half.
Do you think Balor versus Breaker is going to happen before WrestleMania?
Mania.
Or will that be Balor's Mania match?
I'm hoping that's Balor's Mania match. I'd like to see him, AJ, and Finn.
What if we got a split from the Judgment Day beforehand
That could happen too.
and Demon Balor versus Braun Breaker?
That might be good. If he's got to bring the demon out if he's fighting Braun. I just don't see it no other way.
Didn't he use the demon at WrestleMania 39 against Edge in that Hell in a Cell?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I remember.
That was the last time we've seen the
Yeah.
The
Demon.
last time we seen the demon.
So almost 2 years.
Up next, we had a Jey Uso promo. Yeet. He got obviously put to sleep by Gunther earlier up in the match in the night. And he's pretty much saying, he's going to build himself up to be the one to take out Gunther. Nobody else at WrestleMania. He's going to crash out
Yeah.
and win that title at WrestleMania. Do we think main event Jey Uso?
He has to.
Look, he's going to
has
win.
to.
There's no listen. There is no other person on the whole roster out of Cena, The Rock, any of them that get that crowd going like Jay does.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody out there. Jey Uso is their next number one babyface. He is their next John Cena.
Okay.
There's no, I've never nothing like it. It's like Hulk Hogan pops and Warrior pops and Road Warrior pops.
I don't think anybody wants a Hogan pop.
Well, not now, but it's a 1987 Hogan pop. You know what I mean?
I didn't mean to need the thing.
Up next,
Steel, ADHD.
Up next, we get the main event. Io Sky taking on the women's world heavyweight champion Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair at ringside.
Yeah, because you can't spell WrestleMania without EST.
That's a fact. I'm glad you quoted that. We was missing that out of the whole broadcast.
Yeah.
And it looks like Rhea Ripley is still a losing effort to Io in all singles competition.
Look,
She
this
can't
was a
beat her.
great match, though. Great,
Phenomenal.
great match. Brutal. It was good. It was really good. And then the friction between Bianca and Rhea and Io pulled out the win.
I like that. Like,
I thought it was great. It was another oh my god moment at the end where Io beats Ripley. You didn't think that was going to happen. Like, I didn't have that in the cards. Out of any of the title matches, I would not have predicted that Rhea Ripley lost her belt tonight.
Agreed. What was you gonna say?
I liked like that moment where she was like on top of Rhea and she did that roll through into that like double feet stomp.
Yep.
I feel like that was really nice. The arm drag onto the apron was really nice. That looked like it messed Rhea up.
Good night, Isaac.
Good night.
We love you, buddy.
Good night. And I feel like it was just an overall good match, especially for a main event too. It was a good main event.
The Riptide reversal off the top rope, Hurricanrana, and then followed up by the moonsault was the cherry on top. Yeah. Something I wanted to point out is Bianca and Rhea get into it outside. The ref, instead of stopping the match, which generally would happen, separated them, told her to go over there,
I liked it.
It was just different. And I liked it. She said, look,
and
this is a
McAfee even made
match.
A comment about it and alluded to it, and I like that.
Well, like, you got to think, technically, if you think about the book is referee's discretion.
Right.
So, like, it's just cool to see instead of them utilize it as a way to.
There was a barricade bomb that happened in the match, and that was vicious.
Where she, like, jumped through and, like,
the rolling through. Yeah, that was awesome. Awesome.
I seen a reversal coming there.
I like it. We had some other cool stuff that went on today. You want to tell me?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't checked it out, you can go to ILWPOD's Instagram. I posted the video there. Also, you can find us on Facebook, both Justin Woolwine, Clayton Woolwine, or at Pops' Ministry, Talking with Angels. We did a little bit of feeding in the Rockford area. That handed out 96 meals, roughly, approximately. It's just part of building up a community, helping those who are in need.
We want to go further down towards Chicago and do a little more to down in the Chicagoland area, get closer down there. We're trying to figure out a way to do it more efficiently to where we can give out more meals. Maybe a dinner time feeding somewhere here in town. We made some connections today with the Carpenter House, which was real great. Just great overall support from the community. We want to thank everybody for all their help with the podcast, with the ministry. We want to thank God most of all. And I'm very proud of my boys and all that they've been doing, the hard work they've been putting in, the hard work we've all been putting in. But none of it would be possible without God. So thanks to God. And I'm going to give it back to you now.
Well, with that, thank you guys, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So shout out to ILWPOD, Talking with Angels, everybody who supports us, and let us continue to grow. With that, guys, we will see you either later this week or next week, whichever comes first. Thank you.
You.
Yeet.
Yeah.